Yes, indeed. Today is a great day. It's a big step and of many to take yet to come. The solution is live, so that's good. It's fully integrated.
Welcome to Token Topics. Something big is coming for Stellar XLM fans. You don't want to miss this video. Those who have been waiting will be richly rewarded. It's been stated many times XLM is going to be another project that will shock the world and already is. I firmly believe that Stellar is here to stay. In this exciting video, we're going to watch some clips of a recent interview between the Stellar Development Foundation, the United Nations, Moneygram and Circle. We're going to see what's going on as far as humanitarian aid and Stellar being utilized to reach people and refugees that need it the most. And Denelle Dixon also is going to speak on the FTX collapse and regulatory framework. Before I begin, remember I'm not a financial advisor. Please do hit the like, share, and subscribe so you can stay up to date. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. If you feel like you might have missed out on the last DCENT wallet event with the Black Friday and a Holy Moly Tezos giveaway, but not all is lost. DCENT wallet is still running a special through the holidays. Through the affiliate link, it's only $99. With uncertainty in the market and exchanges going down and talk about blackouts, it's imperative to get your crypto off the exchanges and onto a hardware wallet. I'm going to put the affiliate links in the description below. Something big is coming for XLM holders. Now, if you're subscribed to the channel, you know it's not just XLM. Something big is coming for also XRP, XDC holders, and so on. The projects that have true utility that are partnering with government bodies and financial institutions and disrupting the world's financial system, that's the future. XLM is being utilized by the United Nations and will continue to do so. Wrap your head around that. So here we're going to listen to Denelle Dixon and Carmen Het of the United Nations Refugee Agency speaking during a meeting yesterday, along with Anna Greenwald of MoneyGram and Dante from Circle.
We've already been working with the Ukrainian government on its digital strategy, and we realize that the vision that we have for payment rails on blockchain, the vision that we've implemented along with a lot of our technology partners, could really help people in need. So over the last 11 months, we pushed hard to make it a reality. We pulled together our incredible technology organizations that you'll hear from today to create a system that shows why the Stellar blockchain and its ecosystem combine to make something truly special. We navigated months of testing to make sure that this was worthy of those that we are trying to help. And Carmen Het, who you'll hear from today, planted the seed that got the whole thing moving. So we are so grateful to her for her vision and innovation and her trust in building together. And all of that brings us to today. The Stellar blockchain aid disbursement system is live, fully implemented by the UNHCR, who is delivering digital cash assistance to internally displaced people, IDPs, in Ukraine. Before we dig into the specifics, I want to share some important context. Cash-based interventions serve as a lifeline to the world's most vulnerable populations. This need is only growing, most notably with the start of the war in Ukraine, causing some 7.8 million refugees to flee the country and 6.5 million to become displaced within the country, which pushed the number of forcibly displaced people globally to 103 million for the first time, the highest number of forcibly displaced people in history. This disbursement system that we're announcing today is designed to help these people by serving the aid organizations that deliver aid to them directly. To tell us more, I'd like to introduce Carmen Het, the UNHCR treasurer, who's been a visionary in spearheading the development of this solution since the start of this year with the SDF. Hi, Carmen.
Hello everyone. Yes, indeed. Today is a great day. It's a big step and of many to take yet to come. The solution is live, so that's good. It's fully integrated, and I'm also here wearing the financial hat. So I'm a finance professional. So we needed to ensure that this solution really meets our high criteria in traceability, accountability, making sure that we can actually report dollar by dollar. So we are confident today that the reporting tool is fully in place and we can deliver in an accountable way. So the solution is live, and we have basically implemented now in Kiev, in Lviv, and in Vinnytsia, and more to come. So far, so good. So it has absolutely achieved what we wanted to achieve. So we are on a good path here.
What role does cash assistance play in the UNHCR support of IDPs and refugees?
It obviously plays an incredible role. It plays a crucial role because it gives people really the choice. Because we have to imagine any of us, if we were to be forcibly, financial inclusion as well. So it provides and strengthens livelihoods and also economic growth. It means that people really have that choice of what they need and when they need it. So they have access immediately to the financial ecosystem. So that's really key. And yeah, the benefits are vast and multiple. So on one side, we have instant access. It provides instant access to the financial ecosystems with obviously bulk disbursements. So many beneficiaries can be reached in no time, in an extreme rapid way. There's transparency, so we can basically follow the money, follow the data all the time, anytime, anywhere, on any device. So we have full visibility on all transactional interaction. As I said, access is very important. So access to money, but access to markets as well. And basically for the most vulnerable, to make sure that they can really survive, because we're talking about survival here. Stability, because it's the USDC here we are using. So that means that anytime on the wallet that the beneficiaries can actually carry the US dollar and when they need it. And there's the cash out. So the cash out options are very important because it needs to be contextually relevant, and the access to money for survival is crucial.
That was pretty awesome news for XLM holders, and it's only a matter of time before major utility reflects on the price of XLM, which is going to be a high price. It's already being utilized by the United Nations. Now, our foot is just in the door. It's only a matter of time before the major utility comes and a price reflects on that. As I stated many times, they're partnered with Moneygram. Think about that. You don't even need a bank. You can walk into a local Moneygram, cash out your XLM, put it into USDC, cash it out. That's impressive. And also, if you understood what she was talking about, the lady from the United Nations talking about the stablecoin built with Circle, the USDC stablecoin, they're talking about the Stellar XLM stablecoin. I believe that that has a future. Data is the new oil. This is posted by Alpina Analytics, and it's all about the data. The future of banks depends on how they'll implement the ISO 20022 standard. Every bank has something to get out of these data sets. The impact on payments, cross-border payments, high-value payments, low-value payments, instant payments, central bank digital currencies, and distributive ledger technology. The same impact is going to be on the trade of securities and more in 2023. Information will move the money. Let's listen to the Vice President of the Stellar ecosystem give his thoughts on the cryptocurrency industry. After the whole FTX collapse and uncertainty with all these different exchanges and these different projects, I understand there's a lot of uncertainty, but let's rewind back in time. A lot of people doubted the internet, and they said that people were losing hope in the internet. And look, the technology revolutionized everything. And I think it's the same thing what we're seeing with the payment industry. But let's go ahead and listen to Justin Rice.
Do you think this is the end of crypto?
No, I don't think the fear mongering is accurate. I think that there are plenty of lessons to be learned about, transparency, about trust, about what it takes to actually about decentralization, right? Like the problems with FTX are not problems with the industry as a whole. They are problems when you are not transparent in your practices, when people trust an organization that isn't transparent and that doesn't deserve their trust, and when there's not sufficient decentralization to allow there to be more than a single point of failure, or to allow people to actually control their funds. So it's when people put trust in an opaque organization that shouldn't really be trusted that you end up with trouble. And that is actually a problem that decentralization is designed to prevent.
Now, we just heard from Denelle Dixon and the United Nations speaking on aid reaching out to refugees using Stellar blockchain. Thought this was pretty awesome that Stellar was mentioned in the New York Times. Stellar Aid, and that's Ben Grossman holding up that newspaper. And when it comes to stablecoins, we know that the Stellar blockchain is a leader in the industry. And right here, you can see the AUDD stablecoin that's built on the Stellar blockchain. They had a party. As you can see, it looks like they had a lot of fun. We know that Novati is a key partner for Stellar to utilize this technology, helping to push it forward. Let us not forget that Stellar is partnered with Flare, and Flare brings Ethereum capabilities to Stellar. Now, we know that Stellar is actually working on smart contracts with Sorbonne right now, but there's going to be staking protocols and other features and interoperability with other chains that Flare is going to bring to the table. Let's listen to Hugo, who's head of Flare, and what Flare actually will bring to the table.
Largest use case in blockchain is clearly DeFi, and that is of smart contract blockchains, and that's very clear. So that is our first focus area. So to allow tokens to flow across different chains, to allow DeFi applications to be built across different chains, or to have some form of non-atomic composability across different chains.
Next, if you'd like to dive deeper into Stellar blockchain being used for humanitarian assistance, I'm going to put the link to this article below. But as you can see right here, the International Rescue Committee teams up with Stellar Development Foundation to pilot digital cash disbursement systems powered by Stellar, with Circle's USDC, Vibrant, and MoneyGram International to reach people in need with speed, agility, and on-chain traceability. It's a great article. It just goes more into depth of what we were hearing about with the United Nations and Denelle Dixon speaking on. Stellar's community manager, SPINTAX, is going to be speaking on Stellar Aid here shortly. I'm going to put the link to this video down below. Next, I want to play this clip where we're going to hear from Denelle Dixon from the SDF. We're going to hear remarks on regulation post-FTX.
To talk about regulation is Denelle Dixon, CEO and Executive Director of Stellar Development Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization building the internet for payments using blockchain technology. Denelle has been a prominent advocate for a more green, a more transparent, and a safer crypto market. She's previously testified on the Hill at the same time as Sam Bankman-Fried. Also joining us out of Washington, D.C. is Nathan Dean, Bloomberg Intelligence Senior U.S. Policy Analyst. Denelle, let me start with you and ask what you think this situation means we need. Is it more regulation? Because a lot of this happened at what would appear to be outside of the SEC jurisdiction, and a lot of the crimes that have been committed, at least what looks like those crimes, how John J. Ray described them, are already illegal.
Yeah, I think so much of what you just said is spot on. The truth of the matter is, like, what happened here and what Mr. Ray focused on was the fact that there was just a violation of all of those tried and true corporate formalities and those necessary controls that we have and that we need to have. We didn't even have a full board over the whole FTX group. There are so many challenges with what happened here. I have talked to, I've seen high school bake sales that have been so much more strength in terms of what they put together and how they've managed the assets. We can't have that in a company of this size and this scale. This has nothing to do with crypto and blockchain. And frankly, you see a lot of that discussion happening today. We saw even Chairwoman Waters recognized the distinction between a lot of what happened here was not about the technology. Congressman McHenry, Congressman Emmer, Congressman Gottheimer, they really focused on the distinction between don't throw this technology out just because we have this one really bad actor and we have just a total disregard of corporate controls and formalities. So this is what I see. Do we need more regulation? The fact is we do have some gaps, and we've been advocating for regulation. We'd love to see the CFTC step up and take a stronger role. We supported the legislation that was put together on the Senate side on that. We would also love to see a clear distinction between what is a security, therefore what falls under the SEC's jurisdiction, and what is a commodity. We don't have clear rules of the road here.
Criminal allegations are campaign finance violations, that he broke the law with some of these political donations that he made so many of during this midterms election cycle in 2022. How are you thinking about that and the influence in Washington and the trust perhaps that needs to be built back, considering this man had an incredible amount of influence and a lot of people got burned?
Yeah, no, this has been a really big challenge. If you think about what happens in new kind of technology, it happened in the early days of the web. You take like 20 steps forward with respect to policy and regulation when you meet with regulators and you engage and you share information. And then something like this happens and you take like 100 steps back. And this is just part of what we need to focus on as an industry to really pay attention to the needs of the regulatory bodies. I am a big believer in principles-based legislation. I'm a big believer in fighting for innovation and making sure that we don't exclude those mom and pop Web3 developers that you just mentioned, Nathan. I think it's really important that we actually advocate for that we pay attention to not just, make kings in this space. So this is what we're going to continue to fight for, and we're going to continue to engage. We are really excited to see the bipartisan work that's been going on here, and we hope to see it again continue through the year.
That's key, working bipartisan, working together, both political parties, to come to an agreement to push this forward. That's what we need. That's all I have for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please put your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you everyone for watching another edition of Token Topics.